I'm gonna love you.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sticky, but you can call me Chris, whatever floats your boat. Welcome back to episode 3 of the How to Play Fortnite series. Today's episode is going to cover sensitivity, and it's definitely not going to be too long. There's nothing crazy in detail we can go about this. It's either you play on high sensitivity or you don't. The reason I wanted to cover this is specifically for console players. In other shooters and stuff, sensitivity is 100% personal preference. I know people that I played Call of Duty with that played on 1 sensitivity. I personally like to play on high sensitivity, so I would always play on max. But I knew people that played on 1 and 2 sensitivity, and they dominated. They did well. And that was fine. It worked in a shooter game. But because this game has both shooting and building, you need to take both aspects into consideration when you're choosing your sensitivity, which is why I would really highly recommend that you work towards bumping your sensitivity as high as you possibly can. I play on 9, I believe. Yeah, so I play on 9 sensitivity. I played at 7 about 3 weeks ago, and then I bumped it up to 8, and then I bumped it up to 9, and I think I'm going to stay here. I think it's like the perfect sensitivity for me anyway. But if you're on console, like the reason every one of you knows Daquan, and Daquan plays on an extremely low sensitivity relative to all the other PC players, but he can still build fast because you can flick with a mouse regardless of the sensitivity that you're on. You don't have that luxury on a controller, so like, yes, you can see when I build a 1x1 on 9 sensitivity, how fast I can all 4 walls up. As opposed to if I played on a low sensitivity, like 2 or 3, which I will demonstrate. So if you're playing on a low sensitivity like 2, this is as fast as you can build a 1x1. And I'm getting shot at right now, which is great. But like you can see the major difference, like this is beyond horrible. So hopefully after seeing how slow you build on a sensitivity of like 2 or 3, you kind of understand why it's important that you should be bumping your sensitivity up, just aiming for higher sensitivity in this game, especially if you're playing on console. Because if you're comparing, you know, if we're talking about players that build on 8 or 9 or 10 sensitivity, you know, we're talking about people that can build fast and people that can build well, you know, like compare them to like Myth, Ninja, Cyphers, people like that. And if we're talking about people who are playing on 3 sensitivity or lower, I mean, you're probably the default skin that's gonna struggle to build 2 walls like this, while you're already getting put in a box by Cypher and trapped 10 times. No one wants to get clipped on YouTube, so I would strongly advise that you get your sensitivity up as high as you can, and just work toward it, just practice. If you're at like 2 or 3, you know, and I said 7 is the bare minimum, and I 100% believe that should be the bare minimum that you strive for. And if you're on 2 sensitivity, going from 2 to 7, it's a big, huge jump, and it's a huge change in playstyle. It's not going to be easy, I'll tell you that, and it'll take time. I would say try to bump it up 1 sensitivity every single week, but if that's too much, do 2 weeks. So if you're playing on 2, bump it up to 3. You're gonna struggle a little bit at first, but hopefully by the end of 1 week, 2 weeks if you really need it, you shouldn't. 7 days this should be fine. At the end of that 7 days, you should be comfortable with 3, and then you just have to make yourself uncomfortable again and bump it up to 4. And just do this for as many weeks as it takes until you get to 7, and you can build 1x1s fast and efficiently. And then once you get to that sensitivity, at least 7. Yeah, you don't have to push it past that if you don't want to. But once you get to 7, go to Wandling Woods for a couple games, farm some trees. Actually, if this 50v50 game mode is out again, it's perfect because you can get a lot of materials extremely fast, and just practice. Just get your 4 walls down, get your ramp. 4 walls, ramp, and just keep doing it again and again and again. You can practice double ramping, you can practice everything. Just get the sensitivity down first, worry about the building mechanics later. Let me know in the comments if you need any other advice. I mean, with aiming, if I'm not sure if Save the World is like, it follows the same like controls and sensitivity and all that stuff. If it does and you have Save the World, I would 100% recommend practicing in there rather than in Battle Royale. especially to get your aim better, because I mean you're basically shooting bots, which is how I would always work to improve my sensitivity in Call of Duty, is just go into a custom game against bots and just do that for hours until I felt comfortable with the sensitivity. If not, then there's certain things that I do in the middle of games. So like if I have a bolt action and I just change my sensitivity, and I see like, let's say like that bush, like as I'm just running from place to place, you know, like the downtime in between games, like I'll look this way and then I'll look back and I'll try to snap on the bush, and I'll look this way and then I'll look back and try to snap on the bush. And like the more you do that, the more comfortable you get with the sensitivity. So I would 100% recommend just like picking a target as you're running. You know, like, you know, say you landed at Pleasant and you gotta run all the way to Dusty. That's a long walk. Don't just waste it running in a straight line, jumping, not paying attention. Use that time where you don't have to worry about people to just try to snap onto stuff. Or try to 360 and keep running in the straight line. That's another good good way to get used to a sensitivity pretty fast. If you can handle spinning in a full circle and stopping when you do, then you can handle 180s, you can handle flicking on people. So just practice. It's not going to be easy. I'll just tell you that right. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time, but it is 100% worth it, because building on 2 sensitivity or 3 sensitivity, even like 4 or 5, like, to be honest, it's just you're limiting yourself to how good you can get in this game. And if you really want to improve and you really want to play this game well, it's a building game, and in order to, you need to be able to build well and build fast. So you just, it's one of those things that, like, it sucks, but it's just part of the game, and it's something that you have to do. That should be it for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment any questions. I will answer every question. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any other videos from the series, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.